Okay, now that we have attached our rear hook, set your ruler right here because we need to place our nose bearing. And so the crook of that rear hook from there to the front of your nose bearing for Ministick can be no longer than 5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this down on here and get a feel for where that is. And that's got me placing this nose bearing a little farther back here than I'd like to. So what we'll do is for the production kits, I'm going to move the front of the motor stick back a little bit. But for the purposes of this build video, those of you who are wondering how did you compete with this thing with that issue, well, the thing is we revised the rear hook design because the old one was harder to fuss with. Alright, so I've moved that back. Now we'll repeat again. So from the inside of that hook up here gives me 5 inches. Just under 5 inches, which is what we want. And it's actually a little bit less than what I wanted. There we go, right there. And so I actually technically have this glued to my ruler right now, so we'll have to be a little creative. There we go. And come off of there, you. There we go. Right, so this is the attachment for that. And now we're going to give it a couple of wraps with a spider wire so it cannot come loose. Just like this. Except without getting the glue on my hand instead of on the plane. There we go. My sound crew seem to be working, special effects sound crew seem to be working overtime right now. Right. Dab off all of the excess CA from here. And there is your result. Now, one thing you do want to check for is when we install this propeller shaft, it goes in the front first, like so. And you slide it back, turn the hook sideways like that, and it'll latch right in. The thing we're looking for is to make sure that the shaft is pretty much aligned with the motor stick. It can be turned this way a little bit, but not this way. And I see it's pretty much exactly parallel, so that's what we want. So we'll take the propeller back off for a minute so it doesn't get in our way while we do this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take out our polyamide tubing here. And we're going to take one of those balsa sticks that has the red marks on the end of it. And now I have to go back and refer to the drawings because I don't remember how long the wing posts are, but we have drawings for that. Okay, so our wing posts are 1 inch long. So we'll cut ourselves a pair of those. There we go. And now we're going to take our polyamide tubing and we're going to cut about a 3/16 of an inch long piece of that. I'm going to take one of these wing posts and we will kind of squeeze the end of it a little bit and squeeze a little more yet. I'm just kind of rolling it in my fingers like this because I want it to squeeze right into this guy, just like that. Alright, now I'm going to take that back out. We'll go ahead and fit the other one as well. Maybe. There we go. That looks good. Alright, so let's take our wing here. And at this black mark, we're going to put a dab of CA on here. And then we're going to mount the polyamide tubing. And alignment is kind of important on this. You need it to look like that. So, all perfect. Repeat that at the back. And just like so. Now, I'm going to hit those with accelerator and then I'll be right back. Make sure we need these completely hardened on. Okay, so we've got our fuselage here, and we're going to attach the wing posts. So first, we're going to take our wings. We'll take our wing posts that we cut out that are 1 inch long. We're just going to slide these guys in here. As if you remember, we pinched those so that they will fit in these tubes. Now, our front wing post we want to have 5/8 of an inch back from the nose of the airplane. So, and that's from the front of the motor stick, not the nose bearing. Actually, that's wrong. That was 3/4 of an inch. There we go. There's 5/8. And so what we'll do is we will put a dab of glue on the bottom of that. Excuse the plant watering going on in the background and the dirty looks I'm receiving for calling it out. Alright, so we're going to glue that on there and we want to try to get it straight up and down on there. Okay, so now for the rear post, mine is trying to toe in a little bit as far as swinging forward. So what we first want to do is make sure that it glues on straight up and down. And that's not, I mean, it's not super critical, but it's important. But the main thing is you want to glue it. Look at what we want, a little bit of wing twist at rest. Or actually, you don't really need any, but you definitely want this trailing edge to not be higher than this one. And sorry, my fingernail looks filthy. I put the tires on my trailer earlier and I've cleaned as much of that stuff out as possible, and you know how grease is. Alright, so that has the wing attached. Now for the tail, we're going to attach the back of the tail first. And so we're going to just attach it at the center line. And what we're going to do is we're going to try, let me drop this down on here. I'm going to tilt it a little bit, just a little bit, so that the left side is a little higher than the right. And I should have had I moved my CA accelerator, so who knows when this will finally harden. Just wanted to hang out a little too high there. There we go. Or not. Right. So we've got some stab tilt. That's really more than you need. Now I'm going to put a dab of glue on the front. And there we go. So we've got that stab tilt. My rudder actually is tilted a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to untwist some of that. So now we still have some stab tilt, you can see there, just not nearly as much. Okay, and at this point we can go ahead and we'll install our propeller. Same way we did last time. Slide it in and catch the crook through there, and there we go. So there is a complete Ministick. Gaze upon its cuteness. Now, next thing that we will do is we'll pull out some of our rubber strip from our kit, and we're going to make a 10-inch loop of rubber. So measure out to 10 inches, and then back. Close enough. And now we're going to set that down, and my O-ring tube, here we go. This is a piece of O-ring tubing at least. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut two little tiny pieces of this. What do with that? There we go. Tie the ends together. I had a little bit of people feeding back about different thoughts on my knot tying. Let me put it this way, I don't have motors fail at the knot, so I'm not really interested in opinions on motor tying at the moment. I know that may sound harsh, but I'm happy with the knots that I tie. And I'm going to take some Dow Corning 33 here. It's my preferred rubber lubricant. You can also use Armor All or STP son of a gun. Well, anyway, something that is not petroleum based. Anyway, there's our completed rubber motor. So now, what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and hand wind this up. Well, sort of hand wind it. Fail. There we go. Let's try this. We're going to redneck this up to a factor of 11. All I want is about maybe 100 lines. Yeah, my redneck too. Ah. Okay. Take 2. Alright. I want a single row of knots. That's all I want. There we go. That may be more than a single row of knots. I'm going to fit this rubber motor on here. Yeah, that's way more than a single row. Oopsies. Okay, and I do have, I'm going to drag my fingernail along here to induce just a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, tiny bit of left rudder. Actually, if you look at it this way, now you can see it's deflected off to the left. And with the loaded motor on there, it twists the motor stick just enough to give me some of that wing twist. So we should be good to go. So now we're going to give this bird a test glide, or test flight. Let's be optimistic. Let's assume that it's going to climb. So let me change hands around here. So get the camera to focus. Maybe it was focusing. There we go. Alright. So there's an airplane taking off. A Ministick even. Now it's flying a little fast, so I'm going to catch it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this. So maybe you can see. So I push that that rear wing tube down just a little bit. You see that? That's like 1/32 of an inch. And now, oh, look at that. There you go. That's what you want to see. That's beautiful. Just beautiful. Absolutely awesome. And I don't know if it's going to get its way out of that one. Sorta. And bonk. Alright, let me go get it. We'll wind it up and we'll do this one more time. Okay, we've got about 600 turns on here now. And I have a stick that I'm going to bash this airplane around with. So let's see if I can do this correctly. Here we go. If the camera will let go, there we go. Sorry about that. So here's my plane, and away it goes, looking beautiful. And now it's doing its usual thing. There's some drift down that way in the house, and the camera's going out of focus. I hope this is, there we go. And plane's getting back over there. Looking great. Other than I'm going to get dizzy here. Alright, it's getting close to that wall there. That kind of pushed it out a little bit. Sorry, this camera is not happy with the lighting in here at the moment. Alright, see if I can steer it back out a little bit. No. There we go. Sorry about that, and the lack of focusing. So, clear it, there you go, there you go. Come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, look at that. Just hanging on. Just hanging on. I don't know if it's going to clear this time. Yeah, we're workshop room, living room is a mess. Oh yeah, there we go. And bonk, bonk, bonk. Alright, there you go. Alright, we're going to weigh it. There have been several things that have occurred off camera, so there are a bunch of glue joints that have been double done on this poor thing. Still installed on here, it's not touching anywhere. 464 milligrams. Minimum is 425. That's a really good weight for a kit-built Ministick. Really good. Alright, this concludes the build video for the J&H Aerospace K777 Ministick. We have built the airplane out and we have flown it and have gone over some very basic flight adjustments to make it behave itself well. And so that's the end of all of this. So if you got questions, put them in the comments section below. I hope that this has helped you learn more about Ministick and about indoor free flight in general. Hope you've had fun. Hope you'll buy one of these and try it out. Hope to see you at a contest sometime. See ya.